Welcome everyone once again to the Spanish Breakfast Show live on Outtro Spain. I'm Skatz, and in today's show we're doing a special broadcast all about Age in Spain, a wonderful charity that helps English-speaking people in Spain or looking to move there. And I'll be speaking to the director herself and finding out what wonderful things they can do for you. So, welcome to Outtro Spain. Cue the So as usual, you can ask us questions live right now or anytime during the show in the chat box over there or down there, depending on which device you're on. Or if you're not watching live, you can ask in the comments below. Either way, you'll get answers. My wonderful wife, Liz, is also with us on the live chat under the name Outtro Aromatherapy, and you can ask her questions too if you want. We're both very excited because this time next week, we're going to be on the ferry on the way to our new home in Spain. Eek! One final thing before we begin, you could support this channel by finding the link below to our merchandise page and getting yourself a hoodie or a t-shirt or a mug or a phone case. And there we have it. So without further ado, let's meet our wonderful guest for the day. It's Helen Weir from Age in Spain. Hola, Helen.
Hello, Skatz. Really good to be here. Thanks for the invite.
You're very welcome. Thanks for taking the time to be with us and helping out all of our viewers this morning. So I was, let's get straight into it, I think, because I'm sure there's people wanting to know what you do. So I was looking at your website the other day, and which our viewers can find a link to in the description below, and I'll display the link on the screen as well a little later. And I see your slogan is helping you live your life in Spain. So tell us how you do that. So what's Age in Spain all about?
We're a charity in Spain, and we're here to help the English-speaking community in Spain to live later life to the full. And that starts before people get here too. So we provide some key services that help people in their planning for moving to Spain through to living their later life in Spain. We provide information for everybody. That helps people who are organised in advance, wherever they might be coming to Spain from, through to very tailored support for older people who are here and are in difficulty and really need some help.
Excellent. I'm displaying your website and your email information on the screen there for anybody who wants to get in touch. And if you don't get that, then of course, it's in the description below. There you go. So yes, do you want to take us through the different services?
Yes.
I'll show the first page of the home page of your website. I'll display that and people can see what that looks like. Yes. There we go. Yeah.
So we provide a wide range of services, but they break down into basically 4 different groups. The very first thing that we provide, like I mentioned before, is information. On our website, we've got a large range of information guides. We produced 36 new guides last year. That's the first port of call for everybody to find the information they need about planning to live in Spain, and also when you're here, particular ways of ensuring that you integrate into your community, access services and support, etc. We have a casework service which helps those people who support casework service, which supports people who need more than just information. So this is where people can contact us directly and we can help them, point them in the right direction, link them to other organisations, help them identify what services and help they need. And this can be very straightforward and simple things, or it could be people who are in real difficulty and who need very hands-on support. That's where our casework service comes into play, where we provide the time, both through telephone support and, where needed, home visits, not to do a regular service, but to help people out of their particular situation of difficulty. We link people with other organisations that can help them. So we're very keen to ensure that people get integrated into their local communities, that they use the local services that are available to them. And that is key to the work that we do. In the last year and a half, we've been running a very special project on behalf of the UK government. It is a time-limited project where we've been able to run a residency helpline, and that specifically has been to help people who were living in Spain before the 31st of December last year, and so fell under the withdrawal agreement that was drawn up between the UK and the EU because of Brexit. And our job has been to assist those people who are here already and who qualify under this agreement to get their residency sorted. That has proven to be a very complex process for many, many people, and it's still not too late. Even those people who have been here before and who have not yet got their residency sorted out, we can still help them. And you're displaying on the screen 3 guides that we produce for those people, and also our residency helpline, where we can give people personalised one-to-one support and help. And finally, we also last year set up another service called Friendline. Those of you in the UK probably are aware of the Age UK service Silverline. We work closely with Age UK, and we realised during the pandemic that there were so many people who really were isolated here that they needed another form of support, because going out to local activities just wasn't possible for many of them. So we've been, through the help of the public in providing donations, we've been able to set up a Friendline telephone service where we match people who would like a telephone friend with a trained volunteer who provides a half-hour chat every week to just chat about anything. So it's a virtual friend.
That's a lovely service.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And let's see. Yeah, carry on. You were the support for the armed forces of veterans as well, I see on your website.
Yes, we've had this organisation has been running in various forms since 1992. And from the early 2000s, we were fortunate enough to get some regular financial support from military charities in the UK to help them look after people who were their beneficiaries but who live in Spain, because they didn't have the network of support volunteers that they had in the UK. So a small but very important job that we do is that we help armed service veterans with information and, where needed, access to support from military charities in the UK.
Very, very nice. We had a question actually on one of the Facebook groups, and I think you may have answered it before, but I'm going to show it now just in case people missed that. Here we go. If I can find it. There it is. What's the age group bracket for help from the charity? This is from David Galloway. He says he's 57 as an example.
Yes, we're often asked that question. Obviously, the name suggests that we're here for older people, and we definitely are. But our primary objective is to help people plan for later life, and that starts as early as possible. Mm-hmm. Many of the people whom we help who are in crisis because of not thinking through things that might happen in the future. And obviously we can't plan for every eventuality in the future, but we can all take steps to ensure that when we move to Spain, and particularly if we're thinking of moving here, forever, that we work through what the likely scenarios might be in the future. So we can help. We can provide information for people of any age who are planning to come to Spain, with that initial help and support to get them into the system, as it were. But we can also help people think through some of the later life issues, because people, find themselves sometimes without a partner, or something has happened health-wise, which means that they can no longer manage sufficiently. And whilst there are really good services provided by the state here in Spain, it's fair to say that if you are dependent in one way or another, that there isn't the same level of service provision that you might expect if you live, say, in the UK. We're not just here for UK people, we're here for all English speakers, but that's just an example. So yes, we help people of every age.
Lovely. and from all over the world as well. I did have somebody asking a question on a Facebook group, and I didn't have a screen print of it, but it was from somebody in America saying, is this just about the UK? But there you go, you've answered that question.
Well, I think what I could say there is that we know last year that 75% of our inquirers came from the UK, but 25% were other English speakers. And so there are, many people in Spain or coming to Spain from other native English speaking countries, as well as those in countries where English is not their first language, but it might be the language they use whilst they're in Spain if they don't speak Spanish.
Yeah. Great stuff. Who are you funded by the way?
So we have a range of funding sources. I mentioned before that military charities have been helping us for many years. So we currently receive funding from the Soldiers Charity, which used to be called the Army Benevolent Fund, the RAF Benevolent Fund, and we're just also talking to the Royal Navy and Royal Marines Charity, who are very interested in the work that we are doing here. We rely very heavily on public donations, so we are always grateful for any support, financial support that people are willing to give us, and we have found in this last year that people have been particularly generous, and like I explained before, that it's that kind of support that has enabled us to run our Friendline project.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent. I notice on the top of your website homepage that's just displayed again, there's a little button near the top right there saying donate and subscribe to the newsletter. So if anybody does want to donate, that's the way to do it.
Thank you.
There we go. So you're very, very welcome. I'm wholly in support of everything that you do. I think it's a wonderful service, and I'm sure I'll be needing it in the future now that we're moving to Spain. So, let's see. What are the most common kinds of queries that you do get on the helplines?
During the last year, because we've been running this residency project, which has had a very high profile, which I said is a time-limited project that the British government have funded, most of our inquiries, 75% of our inquiries, have been around residency. But residency is just the first step to many other issues. So what we have found is that although there are lots of straightforward questions that people have asked about residency, when we've talked to them, it's become very clear that they have got other issues that need to be resolved. So our typical inquiries would be around healthcare, around issues to do with living in Spain, what benefits and rights people have when they live in Spain. It can be very varied.
That's brilliant. Liz has just actually put a comment on that. I sense a charity gig coming on.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, both musicians. So yes, let's organise that once we get there. We'll speak to you about that another day. Great. And she's asked another question here just above that one. Let's see. Good morning, Helen. She says, do you provide other services like holistic health or other therapies to improve health, for example?
So we are a small organisation that works across the whole of Spain. We have a very small staff team and 50 volunteers scattered around different parts of Spain. We don't provide local services on the ground as such, but what we do is help people connect with local service providers and local activities in their area. So if somebody contacts us and they say, I've just moved to, I don't know where, somewhere, and I'd like to know what's going on, then we will do our best to link them up and provide the bridge between them contacting us and local providers. So we're very, very supportive of positive services like holistic health, because we do know that later life very much depends on maintaining your health.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. And I read something on your website about dementia, which is a subject close to my heart and Liz's heart, because we used to go into the hospitals here in Ireland before the lockdown, and I would sing and Liz would do aromatherapy massages, both of which had quite a profound effect on people. with dementia. So,
Yes.
tell us what that was all about. What are Age in Spain doing relating to dementia?
Yes. So we've just been running a week called our Dementia Awareness Week, which was tied in with the World's Dementia Awareness Day. That was in the last week of September. And if you go to our website, you can see a whole range of news items, interviews, helpful information on dementia. We don't provide direct dementia services ourselves, but we do have a very important role to play in helping to make people aware of dementia issues and the help and support that is out there for people. And so we have found that within our own volunteering community, but also many professionals and others, that they have given us their time and they helped us produce, I think, something like 50 or 60 different items of information and support that we use in our Facebook channel during Dementia Awareness Week. And that, of course, we regularly get inquiries from people supporting others with dementia. And so it's really important that we help to put people in touch with the services and support that are available. It's probably worth saying here that a lot of our inquirers actually are people in the UK who might have older relatives that are in Spain, and they're very concerned about their situation. And it can be a very difficult problem because a lot of the state services here depend on family helping out when people have support needs. And of course, for people who've retired here, whose children, adult children with lives of their own might be in the UK, or they may be completely on their own, it can be quite an issue. But we've been very good at being resourceful and helping people. We had a gentleman contact us, just to give you a brief example. We had a gentleman contact us fairly recently who was concerned about his mother because she was getting forgetful, and he was being contacted by her neighbours in Spain saying, we're a bit worried about your mother, you know. And he had found that she had been given her credit card, her debit card, to people on the street, asking them to go and buy her food, for example, and was obviously getting very forgetful. We helped him. He's in London. He's working. He's got children to look after. He wasn't able to come over, but we actually helped him to access medical help, to access social work support here in Spain, put him in contact with other organisations that could assist, advised him how he could help his mother set up a bank account that he could manage for her virtually, and also, for example, getting a Spanish telephone SIM card so that when she had her medical appointments, when they were sent through as reminders via SMS from the local health service, that he would receive the reminder and he could then call his mum and talk to her and tell her that she had to go and make her appointment, you know, go to the appointment. So for now, that's proving to be very helpful, and it's enabling her to stay here and being independent. It's probably worth also mentioning a very important thing is that for people who are residents here already and who were legally resident here before the end of December, if they have support needs in the future, then they are entitled to claim the UK benefit attendance allowance, which is very, very important because it's a financial benefit, a weekly financial benefit that helps people who need help in the home. So much of our work also is in helping people to claim that benefit, which can make the difference between somebody managing and somebody being in a situation where they might even have to consider being repatriated back to the UK.
That sounds very important. Yeah, brilliant. We haven't had any more questions on the chat. Is there anything we've not covered yet that you think is important for people to know?
I think the single most important message, especially for your viewers, because I know that the people that the majority of people who come to you to Spain are people who are thinking about moving to Spain and planning their stay. You are the people that we definitely can help. We've got lots of information available. And when you get here, if you find that you're short on things to do and you would like to volunteer, we absolutely depend on volunteers. And we offer various opportunities. They can be small one-off things. They can be regular support on our helpline. And they can be, for example, being one of our caseworkers who provides intensive support, but over a short space of time, by helping to assess a person's personal circumstances. We provide training. It's a fun group of people. It's a wide range of people of all ages and of all nationalities. You have to speak good English. And it's an advantage if you speak Spanish, but it's not necessary.
Aha, that's great. Well, I speak relatively good English. So, yes, I might join in with that. So we have a lovely compliment here. Great work, Helen and team. We'll check your website and look at how to make a donation. Thank you for sharing your planning journey, Skatz and Liz. It's been a great help. We won't be far behind you. It's lovely. We'll see you when you get there. Fantastic. Yes. Someday soon. Brilliant. A lovely name. So anything else before we go? We're almost at time up.
No, I think we've covered everything. So thank you so much for the opportunity to spread the word. It's really helpful.
You're welcome. Yes, and there's a connection with Go Spain, isn't there, as well? Yeah, they're supporting you on, and you're supporting them. And I write articles for their magazine and stuff. So we've got there's a kind of a support network via there as well. So
yes. Actually, that reminds me, there is one thing that we haven't covered, and that is that we do offer help and information for people about healthcare in Spain. And for those people coming to Spain who need health insurance, we have a specialist advisor, and it's an email address, which is health@ageinspain.org. Or you can phone our info line, and we can help people compare insurance policies. We can explain the differences between them because they can be quite complex. And we also have a relationship with the ACISA health insurance people for a special all-English policy that is competitive. And through that, ACISA does give us a small donation if somebody signs up, but our health@ageinspain.org insurance support and health support is not limited to selling insurance, to that insurance policy. We give an overview of the differences and help with comparisons between different policies. And the question you just got on the screen there about people who have got pre-existing conditions, it is a really difficult issue, particularly for those people who are not retired, so they can't rely on their S1. And what I suggest that you do, Patricia, is contact health@ageinspain.org and speak to our specialist advisor who can help you see what might be available to assist.
Very, very good. Thank you for that question, Patricia. I've seen that being asked quite a lot on the Facebook groups. So yeah, thanks for that, Helen. That will help a lot of people. Okay, so that's I've had a fantastic time, and this has been so informative, and I'm sure that we will be in touch about volunteering in the future and all kinds of other stuff, and about the dementia, being put in touch with various different people there. So
we'll be absolutely delighted to work with you, Skatz, and Liz. So thank you so much.
Our pleasure. So I'm going to let you go now. If anybody else has any more questions, of course, that you've not thought of yet, or you're going to be watching later on, then ask them in the comments below, or get in touch directly with Age in Spain. As I said, the web link is in the description below. There's also an introduction film on there, is there? Helen, what was that about?
Yes, we did a short video, which is the life of Age in Spain in 11 minutes and 32 seconds. And it highlights our origins, how we started out, how we got here, and importantly, the range of work that we have been doing over this past year and our plans.
Excellent. That is perfect. I've not had time to watch that one yet, but I will as soon as we finish today.
Excellent.
So, excellent. Thank you once again. It's been a pleasure you've taken up a load of your time to help us, and as you do all the time, and it's much appreciated.
Thank you.
Okay, so everybody wave goodbye to Helen.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now. There you have it. So if you've gained some insight from this video, of course, click on the like button. That helps the channel get out to more people and to help more people. Next week on the Spanish Breakfast Show, it's the final part of our Moving to Spain countdown with my expert guest, Chris from Upsticks. And we'll be talking about what you should do between the 3 months away from your move and when you've only got a week to go. And I know it's an exciting show because we've already recorded it. So because Liz and I, of course, will be on the ferry to Spain next week at that time. But you can still ask questions live, and we might be on the live chat as long as there's internet connection on the ferry. So we'll see you next week at the usual time of 10:30 if you're in Spain. That's 9:30 if you're in the UK or Ireland. And of course, don't forget to check out the Liz and Skatz channel and Outtro Yoga and Outtro Aromatherapy. And of course, the merchandise page. The links to all of those can be found in the description below. So that's all for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe and click on the bell, ting, if you haven't already. And I will see you soon. Get ready for the music. Here we go. Bye for now. Peace and love.